You land after an overnight flight. You answer a 10 a.m. call that looks safe on the calendar, and by minute 12, it's clear. Foggy thinking, no decisions, and the meeting slowly eats your sprint. 2 weeks of momentum evaporates. Welcome to Nomad Life Success, episode 127. I'm Arya Reyes. Today, we'll take that exact failure mode and turn it into a repeatable, measurable protocol you can run this weekend.
Right. I've seen that scenario destroy timelines. Clients don't always call it out, but they notice the drag. The question becomes less about etiquette and more about evidence. Can you show that rescheduling actually improves decisions? If you can, stakeholders follow.
Exactly. Quick challenge before you listen further. Tag 3 upcoming decision meetings right now and promise to capture 2 physiological signals and a subjective rating before each. Do that and the episode becomes a direct experiment, not theory. Okay, why this matters. Crossing time zones scrambles your circadian phase and piles on sleep pressure, which together reduce decision capacity. HRV, reaction time, and a simple pre-meeting self-rating make that invisible shift visible.
To put it in operational terms, your calendar is scheduling a time on the clock, while your nervous system runs on last night's time zone. 2 clocks, 2 outcomes. The only way to resolve that conflict is to make the biological clock part of the scheduling system.
Let's make this measurable. Start with 4 daily signals: nightly sleep score, morning HRV, a short reaction time test on waking, and a 1 to 10 pre-meeting cognitive rating. Collect those consistently, and you'll see patterns. Low HRV plus slower reaction times reliably predict longer meetings and fewer decisions.
And pair that with meeting KPIs. Did the meeting start on time? How many decisions were made? And how long to next action? Put physiological and meeting metrics side by side, and you have the hard evidence that persuades teams to change habits.
Good. Now, the operational protocol, it's 4 linked moves you can implement in 48 to 72 hours. First, run a rapid chronotype verification. Answer 3 quick timing questions about when your analytic peak usually is. Check the past 2 nights' wearable sleep scores, and run a 3-minute reaction test on waking to establish a baseline. If your morning HRV is more than 1 Z-score below your baseline, treat that block as low decision capacity for the day. Mark it, protect it, and avoid heavy decisions in that period.
And log direction of travel. Eastward travel usually compresses morning peaks. Westward travel tends to push them later. That directional context changes how you anchor meetings when you reconfigure your calendar.
Next, anchor your meetings to cognitive windows rather than default clock labels. Create a calendar layer for decision window blocks based on your verified reaction time peaks and sleep signals. Forcing yourself to think, is this inside my peak, before accepting a meeting, cuts down needless high-stakes calls.
And when you're inviting others, be explicit. A 1-line note that the time is set to maximize decision quality and that you're running a 2-week pilot reduces friction. Framing it as measurable performance, not preference, gets buy-in.
Third move, a 20-minute pre-activation routine you execute before any decision meeting. 5 minutes of bright light, sunlight, or a 10,000 lux lamp. Then a 100 to 150 milligram caffeine microdose timed with a 15-minute mobilization. Dynamic stretching, 2 rounds of box breathing, a 1-minute high-focus reaction task, and a quick HRV check to confirm the shift.
One practical caveat. Note the caffeine timing relative to upcoming sleep. If you have an evening window where sleep matters, pull the caffeine leader or drop the dose, and document it during a pilot so you can show causality, not just correlation.
Finally, automate enforcement. Use a time zone-aware calendar layer and a Zapier or Makeflow that reads a wearable flag, low HRV or not ready, and blocks decision slots or adds a decision label. Add built-in buffers, at least 45 minutes blocked after flight arrival and 30 to 45 minutes recovery after any decision meeting.
On the tooling side, Google Calendar's API, plus a lightweight scheduler like SavvyCal or Calendly, handles the public-facing flow, while Zapier reads wearable webhooks. Tag meetings as decision,
status, or async, so your automation can treat them differently. Decision gets stricter rules. Status stays flexible.
Let's split metrics into pre and post. Pre-meeting, HRV delta from baseline, last night's sleep score, and that 1 to 10 cognitive rating. Post-meeting, reaction time delta, repeat the 1 to 10 rating, measure meeting length versus scheduled, and capture decision outcome, yes, no, and count concrete action items if yes.
Important addition: log participant local clocks and their reported readiness when possible. The most common mistake teams make is optimizing for everyone's local clock instead of aligning for cognitive peaks. 9 a.m. becomes meaningless unless you validate who is actually decision ready at that moment.
I will say there's often pushback. Some clients will insist on their clock. That political layer matters. You can't always control calendar norms overnight.
True. You don't force everyone. You sell the pilot with measured outcomes. Run a 2-week A/B pilot. Half your decision meetings scheduled by local clock, half scheduled by your verified decision windows. Present the delta. Shorter meetings, more decisions. And the data wins more arguments than preference ever will.
Good. Here's a compact audit you can run now. In the next 48 hours, tag and categorize your meetings as decision, status, or async. Add a decision window calendar layer and block the first 3 hours after any travel arrival. For the next 3 decision meetings, enforce the 20-minute pre-activation routine and collect pre-post HRV and reaction times.
And tools to capture that. URA, or HRV for training for HRV, a PVT-style reaction app, Google Calendar with a decision window layer, Zapier or Make 2 toggle blocks based on wearable flags, and a simple shared Notion template to log meeting KPIs. Automate the data so the pilot doesn't become manual overhead.
A few quick pitfalls to avoid. Don't rely solely on subjective ratings. Pair them with HRV and reaction time. Don't treat the protocol as all or nothing. Use recovery buffers. And don't use clock-based excuses like daylight savings. Let physiology lead the decision.
When you present the pilot, show decision ROI, time saved per decision, reduced rework, and faster sprint cycles. Once it becomes a business efficiency lever, compliance follows. Structure first, freedom second. Build the system, and then scale the windows across teams.
If you do one immediate thing, do the 48-hour audit and add a decision window layer. Tag 3 decision meetings, run the 20-minute pre-activation before each, and capture HRV and reaction time. Low effort, high signal. Proof over persuasion.
Document the 2-week pilot cleanly. 2 weeks of consistent data is usually enough to change behavior and to convince even skeptical stakeholders.
One last operational warning. Optimize for cognitive peaks, not the calendar clock. If you default to local time without validating physiology, you're optimizing for convenience, not outcomes. Data doesn't care about your jet lag. Download the Decision Window Planner at shop.nomadlifesuccess.com/decision windows. Templates, calendar recipes, Zapier examples, and a tracking sheet. Run the 72-hour audit this weekend and export the report for stakeholders. Proof beats persuasion.
Structure first, freedom second. Build the protocol, prove the returns, then scale. Compliance and structure become your competitive advantage.
That is your high-performance blueprint for today. Remember, treat your biology like your business infrastructure. If your physical stack fails, the business stops. Minimize the friction and stay optimized.